Hey there, I'm Richard Brandt, Monos Historian, and you're watching Stream It Now. New today on Amazon Prime. Another horror thriller from the asylum, Annalise, the Exorcist tapes. Plus, hey, did you know there are people who believe that all humanity is descended from ancient visiting alien lizard people? You ever wonder what it would be like to sit in a room for 2 hours with one of those guys? Find out by watching Anakai Genesis presentation. Also new today, the Punjabi comedy Arjan, the Telugu thriller Bichagadu, the Japanese nuclear terror thriller Blackout, Scream Queens Debbie Rochon and Julie Strain in Bleed, Linnea Quigley in the retro roller disco horror thriller Demonica, 4 more visits from the chairman of the board with Frank Sinatra live at Royal Festival Hall from 1970, featuring a rare appearance from his High Society co-star Grace Kelly handling the introductions. Frank's 1973 post-retirement special Old Blue Eyes is back. Sinatra and Friends featuring duets with Dean Martin, Tony Bennett, John Denver, and Natalie Cole, among others. And finally, family and friends weigh in on Frank's 1950s television appearances in Vintage Sinatra. Fred Astaire and Audrey Hepburn in Stanley Donen's classic musical Funny Face. The Chinese crime thriller The Gangster's Daughter. The horror thriller Haunting of Winchester House, which is, you guessed it, the asylum version of the Winchester story. The Ukrainian drama I Love Her. The Bollywood thriller Khatanak Poliswala. Ileana Douglas, Eliza Dushku, and Billy Zane in the romance The Kiss. Faith-based stand-up with Michael Jr. in Laughing on Purpose. Catherine Keener in the true story of a woman who stood up to Pfizer Corp in Little Pink House. The indie horror thriller Moonshine Meat Market Mayhem. Catherine Deneuve and Andre Tashin's 1996 drama My Favorite Season. The old body switcheroo story with a Nollywood twist in My Wife and I. Sunny Leone in the Telugu version of the suspense thriller One Night Stand. The wrongful conviction documentary The Past Is Never Dead. The women in sports documentary Play Fair. Thomas Jane as The Punisher and Ray Stevenson in Punisher Warzone. Brian White in the drama Redemption. More 60s Japanese action with Hideki Takahashi in The Rule of a Vagabond. The Austrian weightlifting documentary Sargis, Such is Life. The pretty dreadful horror parody Stan Helsing, which understandably failed to make a star out of its low-wattage leading man Steve Howey, despite the appearances by Leslie Nielsen, Kenan Thompson, and the always delightful Diora Baird. The 1981 anime adaptation of Swan Lake. Sang-Soo Hong's 2005 Korean drama Tale of Cinema. The Bollywood horror thriller Trip to Bangar. Noam Chomsky and others weigh in on the uneasy alliance between academia and Armageddon in the University of Nuclear Bombs. And Gerard Butler and Peter Mullen in the lighthouse-bound thriller The Vanishing.